Well, welcome back to Finance Uncut. On today's episode, gold 5 to 10,000 and silver even better. Ultimate gold price target is $5 to $10,000, says Guggenheim's Scott Minard. Now let's cut to a clip and see what he has to say.
Do you feel like the selling for the big ones, Bitcoin and Ethereum, is over? Do you think it's kind of flushed its way out of the system, Scott?
I think you can afford to be patient here. I think we've got more to go. I referred to this as, it's tulip mania. And the reason I did that is if you study tulip mania, why it happened was with the rise of the Dutch trading companies, the Dutch suddenly were exposed to tulips, which came from the Middle East. And so they became, a novelty and a sign of wealth. And then they discovered that they could actually take a red tulip and a yellow tulip, and they could crossbreed them, and they could get red tulips with yellow stripes and things like that. And so there was this proliferation of tulips. And then ultimately, as the prices rose, there were people who invested in building hothouses and coming up with new breeds of tulips.
The whole ecosystem of tulips, 500 years ago, I get the analogy, but here's the thing. I can still buy tulips today. They still have value. They came down, but they still exist.
Well, that's the funny thing. Brian, a lot of people say that I flip-flopped here on crypto and on Bitcoin, and the answer to that is no. There's still tulips and there's still going to be Bitcoin. And it's going to take a while to repair the damage, but Bitcoin, I think, is the survivor. There will be others that are survivors, and just like back in the internet bubble, who is going to be the survivor? Amazon or Pets.com? And we had to have the flush out, and the crash in prices to have time to sort this out. And I think that's what we're going to have to go through for the next couple of years.
Do you think it's going to be Bitcoin or Ethereum, or Bitcoin and Ethereum? How does it ultimately play out?
That's a tough question. I think Bitcoin and Ethereum will survive. But let's go back to the internet bubble. AOL was the absolute winner. And nobody questioned that. They were the leader. Yahoo was the winner. And so then Google came along, and other players came along. And so I think what we're going to find out is there's going to be some new crypto that comes along, which can overcome some of the issues that we're facing right now with the cost of mining, all the carbon production, and issues like that. And it'll be a superior form of crypto. And I think that will become the dominant crypto.
Is it possibly something called silver coin? You take something out of the ground, put it into a metal. Okay, I'm being a little sarcastic. I actually mean silver, the actual physical metal. It's been hot. You've been a long time bull of silver, and a lesser extent gold. Do you remain bullish on the metals?
I am, Brian. I think, look, gold, as money leaves crypto and people are still looking for inflation hedges, gold and silver are going to be much better places to go. It's going to take a while to build a momentum in gold because the size of the market is so much bigger and there's so much gold in the world. But ultimately, I think gold will move into an exponential phase. I think $5,000 to $10,000 an ounce for gold ultimately is in the cards. And after gold starts to make a move, silver traditionally lags, and silver is the poor man's gold, and it's the one that will have the largest move on a percentage basis ultimately. So it's the high beta version of gold, and I think having a fairly significant allocation to that and the gold miners, GDX, would make a lot of sense right now.
By all reports, it seems that central banks have been back buying gold on quite a large basis. And it makes sense. It makes sense. The Bank of England is now commanding higher premiums. Also, we've got word that the Bank of Thailand bought 43.5 tons of gold in April. And the Bank of England, as I said, commands high premiums, signaling that central banks have been buying. We know what India and China have been doing. However, according to the Bank for International Settlements, it seems that central banks are back buying gold again. And this report, world's gold production expected to decline after peaking in 2024. Now, what about silver? Let's have a look at silver. And due to the silver shortages, the US Mint is now postponing the remaining 2021 Morgan Peace dollar pre-orders. And why are they postponing the minting of silver coins? Well, in their statement, they say it's due to a global silver shortage. And when we have a look at a chart of the COMEX silver inventory, look, since the silver squeeze began, the COMEX has been draining of their silver inventory. So we've got to keep this up. We've got to keep this up. They want us to fold. They want us to give in. But we can't let them win. And looking at this silver chart, are we about to break out? Well, Tavi thinks so. I think so. I think based on the fundamentals and the technicals, silver is about to break out. And even some of the silver bears or the non-silver bulls like myself, like Mr. Christian, is saying that silver is going to have a very good run. In July, history shows that silver can pull back. And so there might be a pullback in silver. This time round could be different, so I'm not saying that it's definitely going to happen, but if it does, I'm definitely going to accumulate even more in July. But from there, for the rest of the year, right through to Christmas, history says that silver is going to go on a very, very nice run. And even Mr. Christian thinks that silver could push its way up to $50. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think gold is heading to $5,000 to $10,000? Where do you think silver is going to head to? If it goes up, obviously silver is going to go up and have that exponential, or grow more than gold on a percentage basis. But what do you guys think? Love to see your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, do so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you again on another episode of Finance Uncut.